everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Gardening in the Delta. Before we begin, I want to introduce everybody to Sushi. Hey Sushi. She just got groomed yesterday, still has a cute little bow on. She wears a sweater out here because she has absolutely no hair almost. She's about 17, 18 years old. Look at that gorgeous little vase. It looks so pretty, I can see it got her hair cut off of it.
Sushi. Hello, little girl.
Sushi is my husband's little shadow. She follows him everywhere, all over the place. You're gonna go back in a few minutes. Yes, you are. Before we begin, would everybody hit that like and subscribe down at the bottom and share? You'll find links down below to my other channels. There's Cooking with Mary Sue, where I do a weekend video recipe. There's Susie Q Knickknacks, where I thrift things from stores and resell. There's a link to my eBay store. And I'll show you later, down below, there'll be a title to my new book I wrote a few months ago about Miss Kitty. Miss Kitty's right here somewhere. It's called Awesome Adventures of Miss Kitty and Her Woodland Friends. It's available on Amazon, eBay, Barnes & Noble, and iTunes. Say bye, Sushi. We'll take her back inside. She's not an outside dog. She doesn't like it out here at all. She's a house dog. She only comes out here when she has to, and she wants right back in. Goodbye. I'm back. I took Sushi in. Well, we're still working on containers for the deck back there. This is about the third one I'm filling up. It's a cute little acacia wood. It's great for outside. I love the handles, make it easy to carry. They should put handles on all of them, but they don't. It's got drain holes on the bottom. I've already put a little bit of dirt inside. In this one, I'm going to put this hosta. I've got about a dozen hostas I'm going to put around the deck and eventually. See, this one here is called I got a tag for it. Francie hosta. It grows great in shade. All hostas grow great in shade. The darker the hosta, the more shade it can take. If you get hostas like, I have one over there that's a lime color, they like a little more sun. Claude's going to show you the lime color hosta over there. The lime ones like to have a little bit of sun. They can tolerate sun better than the dark ones. The darker ones do better in the shade. He's got several hostas growing down the brick there. He's planted about a dozen of them. We're about ready to divide that hosta pretty soon in that pot. The 4 o'clocks are in bloom. It's after 4 o'clock. That's when they bloom. They're the most prettiest color magenta you've ever seen. The elephant ear is flourishing. This is a jumbo elephant ear. It's got another new leaf coming up here. This has been growing fast. It just popped through the dirt about, 2-3 weeks ago? It's already this big. This hosta, let me see, we get to a height of about 14 to 30 inches. Says shade loving, easy to grow. Has a glossy, sun-resistant, narrow white margins. Alrighty. And as you know, he's got a little friend in the dirt with him there. We discovered that's just a little weed, so we're probably going to get rid of that little weed right there. See, that popped out very easy. Oh, the dirt's nice and loose. Yeah. It's not as tall, quite as tall as I thought it was once I loosened it up. It's got a good root system. Gonna kind of spread it out. Hostas are perennial, so this can just stay out there and flourish for a long time, I hope. If it gets really big, I can always transplant it to a bigger pot. Or we might eventually put some of them in the yard and just put small ones out there again if this gets too big. But I think this will be fine, this pot for this summer, maybe next year too. They do well over the winter most of the time. They usually come back in the spring. Even when we had the harsh winter this past February, we had 0 degree and a bunch of snow for about almost 2 weeks. And we lost very few plants. We lost a few azaleas, but the hostas came back and more came back than we thought. A little bit higher, you think? Think that's a little too low. I think it's a little bit too low. Just barely.
You can suit yourself on it. It's okay like that.
That's why I thought you'll get taller because it's got new growth right there coming out in the middle. Oh, then pull the weed out. Bye bye. Oh, look at that! Look at that root system on that. That's a healthy little weed. I got a friend coming over tomorrow that's going to kind of redesign my hanging planters I put on the rail. They're divided. If you saw my last video about my rail planters, they came divided. I didn't know that. So I got somebody that's going to have to saw out that divider to make them. I want them to be a single planter, not a triple planter. This dirt is nice and soft and fresh. These little bitty cups you get baby plants in are great for scoops. I saved several and used them for scoops in these bags. I got a tiger lily that's in bloom right now that's going to go on the deck. The red canna that I had a video a while back is doing great on the front porch. Let me just grab up a little bit more this way. I help if I put my pot a little bit closer to the dirt. How about that? I try to center my plants right in the middle of the pot if possible. That's not going to put more than one in a pot. But this one I'm not. I'm going to give this one plenty of room all by itself to spread out. You want to make sure you cover the roots up well. And go back and check in a few days because sometimes the dirt will settle and the roots will start showing again. You may have to put some more dirt on it. Pack it around tight so it stands up straight, doesn't lean over. We both love hosta, but we also found out so do the deer. So we're keeping our hostas close to the house because the deer are not going to come too close to the house. They're too shy to do that. But if we go too much further out in the yard with hostas, they will be eaten. What was it they ate last year? Like Camilla. I planted Camilla last year and the deer ate it up. But it's coming back this year. And so far they haven't found it.
They love hydrangeas too.
We've got them close to the house. That's probably enough for now. I'm going to give it a little bit of this Miracle-Gro Quick Start. It's good for when you transplant. Here's the bottle here. It helps when you transplant items or planting new plants. I give it a few drops and then some water. There. Oh, now we're going to take this to the deck and we'll meet you down there. Oh, wait a second, wait a second. Here are the ones, the rest of them over here I'm going to put on the deck in the next few days. That gorgeous coleus?
No, that's not coleus.
I always get those two mixed up. Okay, you can tell them.
I would if I could remember what it is. You want to tell them what that is?
Now these, I love, these are cordyline. They're annuals in this part of the country because we get a little too cold in the wintertime. But these can grow up to 6 feet tall. Now I'm going to put these on the back of this right here. This has already grown quite well since I bought it a few weeks ago. It was only half the size just a few weeks ago. Okay. Begonias. This is already blooming here. Right there, it's got get ready to bloom open. Over there is a ground cover.
Pachysandra.
Pachysandra, okay. Now we'll go to the deck.
We're on our way to the deck now.
Go ahead.
The hydrangea she planted last week. It's looking good, putting new leaves on.
Got a lot of new growth
Yeah.
on it. I cut off all the dead flowers on it. It's got new ones growing out.
That just goes to show you, don't give up on a plant.
Mm-mm. You got that stilby over there. It's doing good.
A lot of ferns out there that we like.
You see the planters I have hanging on the rail going around, 4 of them. And I'm going to put hostas in all of them and maybe a few other annuals, but mostly hosta. You got the water jug there?
If you'll look on this tree, that was a combination of Virginia creeper and poison ivy. And I poisoned it, what, about a month ago?
About that, yeah.
And it actually takes about 2 weeks for that poison to actually kill the plant, root and all.
Here's where the hosta's going to be for the moment for a while. Till I get the rest of him out here. He can just sit here for now. He'll get a little bit of sun and a lot of shade. One of my other projects over here is to clean out this planter. This planter's been here for years. It came with the house. And I'm going to clean all the pine needles out and put some fresh dirt in it and give this little hosta a friend in here. You see the problem with these over here, for some reason it's got two. Hey, Miss Kitty. There you go. Hey, Miss Kitty, what you doing out here? See, one of the bad points about this when they designed this, come over here for a second and get a little closer. You've got drain holes on either side in these pockets, but there's no drain hole in the middle. Now, why would they make this a divided planter and didn't put a drain hole in each spot? That doesn't make any sense, does it? Because when it rains, the water's going to stand like it is right there in the middle. So a friend of mine, he's going to put a drain hole in the middle, and he's going to try to take these dividers completely out. I want this whole thing to be open so the plant can just spread out and grow better. You see where I tied it with wire here, picture wire to the rail to hold on tighter so it doesn't fall off, hopefully.
I hope Miss Kitty has sense enough not to jump off the deck.
I don't think she'll jump that high. She'll jump from the other side one time down a little bit. Yeah, my girl.
That's
Yeah, my girl.
about a 15 to 20 foot drop down there.
Yeah, my girl. Here she is. Here's me, Kitty. Look. My girl. Where's your star of the book? Yeah. Where's my star of the book? Yes, it was. She doesn't like being held too much.
She was a feral cat,
Mm-hmm.
and she was probably, was she grown
They
when we
said,
got
no,
her?
she's just a little under a year old, the vet said. And we had her fixed immediately so she wouldn't have any kittens out here. We left her outside because she's not declawed. She has a claw so she can climb up a tree if she has to. And she loves it out here. She likes to catch things like, she's got chipmunks and birds and mice and I don't know what else.
Lizards.
Lizards, yeah, she plays with lizards. Yep, she likes that. And there's another little cat.
Unfortunately, she doesn't like moles.
And there's another cat here that comes by once in a while that visits her. He's not as friendly because he's a little bit older, so he may never come up close to us, but he likes to come up and eat her food, and he doesn't run away as fast as he used to. He does stand there and stare at us now instead of running. I call him Mr. Skedaddles, because that's what he does. He skedaddles when he sees us coming. Well, we're in this little program here today. If you turn around here, you can see the deck in relation to the house. It's got a nice brick ramp. I love that brick ramp. It's easy to roll the grill down the ramp or anything else. You just follow the brick ramp up to the brick walkway to the back porch of the house. This deck is nice and shady out here. It's got this forested canopy all over it. You can hear the birds out here. We face the sunset that way. Husband, the bunch of ferns, oodles of ferns down that gully or whatever that is down that big deep hole. He's planted Japanese maple on that little hill over there. It'll look pretty when it gets bigger.
It's too small
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they grow
to
slow,
see
but
from here easily.
yeah, they'll eventually get about 6 feet tall, 8 feet wide, but they are slow growers, that's for sure.
Look at Miss Kitty.
Queen of the roost, she thinks, out here. This is her domain she's looking over. Okay, we'll call this a wrap now. God bless everyone, and happy gardening. Bye.